got nothing in here. Such. Nothing in here. Good morning. I'm here trying to clean up this hot mess of a kitchen. Okay, Nobi H about to clean up. What did I forget? I know. One thing about these regulations. This didn't even get clean. So, let's see. Hold on. One essential tool. That I forgot. I was trying to hurry up and get downstairs. Get this done. So, anywho. Now I can function. But, anywho. Regulations, homeschool regulations. Guys, have you, if you don't know, well, yeah, obviously we have laws in our states regarding homeschooling. Looking for something. And, most of them are pretty, they're laws. And everybody's pretty, I don't want to say comfortable. But some of that stuff, a law is a law. People just don't want to follow the law regardless to what it does. It's always some pushback because people want to do what they want to do. But the bottom line is laws protect people from things. So it's not always a bad thing to have a law. It is people don't want the government, I don't want the government in my business and this, that, and the other. Okay, so be it. But being a citizen in the world, period, you're going to have the government in your business, whether you want to or not. Sometimes it's just one of those things you just have to suck it up and keep it moving, unless you just live off in some remote place by yourself where can't nobody bother you, which is not a bad idea. The reality is you want your cake and eat it too. So, yeah. Whew. Anywho, over in the UK, the buzz is they are now regulating homeschool. So they want everybody accounted for. Everybody has to be accounted for. Now, the thing is, they're saying it's because they know that there are parents that are claiming to homeschool, but not really. Which It's true. That's true everywhere. You claim to be homeschooling, and they really don't. These kids would far better in another environment, whether it's public school, charter school, private school, somewhere. These kids don't know much of nothing. Okay? That's not good. Not good at all. And parents are saying, you know, they homeschool them because they can give them a better education. Public schools are failing. Private schools, you know, that type of thing. But reality is you're doing the same thing. You're just doing it at home where nobody can see you. And I've said this for a long time. The homeschools in the United States need to be regulated. Because I know it's people that's not doing their job. There needs to be some kind of accountability. There just needs to be some kind of accountability. And true enough, everybody's complaining, you know, well, the state's not giving, the state's not giving up any funds or anything like that. A lot of times people don't even have adequate knowledge or resources. And I'm going to say knowledge to even seek out the resources because there are resources out there, but people just don't know how to find those resources. They spend more time seeking counsel in their neighbor's homeschool when reality is that's not your homeschool. You know, what your neighbors do, your kids, their kids are not your kids. That's why I get kind of hesitant on sharing things because what I do is not really going to help you in the long run. These are my kids, and you know, every child is unique and individual. I can offer, you know, tips and you know, resources and things like that. The bottom line is you can't really go by what somebody else says. And so, going back to the UK, they are now regulating this. They want every child accounted for that is being homeschooled. They are encouraging people over there to move. So I'm just curious to see how that fares, you know, because a lot of people, you know, when you can't get around that, people really start thinking. They really start thinking. Situation over here, we trying to get out of here, okay? Because it's just crazy. But the truth is, it's not that all that, you know, parents are not teaching what they need to teach or, you know, teaching at all. They have an agenda. They have an agenda. A lot of these schools are, or homeschoolers are being educated in a Christian fashion. And you know, since they took that out of school, nope, that's not good enough. 2020 coming, you know, millennials started. They got a whole new program out here. Okay? You guys know, you know, with the, just out here, with the, what is that thing they started? Oh my goodness, oh, and it escapes my mind. You know the kind of teaching that they have. Common Core, okay? Yeah. They always doing something, and making some excuse for why they doing it. Okay? This right here, the UK, they trying to push. They want to make sure. They want to take that Bible, the Christian aspect, out of the homeschools. They want to monitor, regulate. They want to push what they push in the schools. It's transgender, LGBT, all of that kind of stuff. They want to push that. And I don't want to say this garbage or anything like that. It's not my business what people do or who they are. I could care less. They're people. I'm not passing any judgment. And true enough, people will not acknowledge certain aspects when it comes to teaching their kids. They tend to want to shield them. It's like when it comes to African American history, they want to shield them. One, either they don't know enough themselves, so they're just not going to touch it. But two, they don't want to face the truth. They just don't want to face the truth. I don't want to teach that. I don't want to teach that. You're doing the child a disservice. The child needs to know that, okay? Because they're not. This is not a one race. Even though we are all part of the human race, this is not a one race world, okay? That's why so much prejudice is still going on. Racism, colorism, because parents are not educating these kids. They pushing stuff down their throat that is bad, that is poisonous. The same reason they said they took the kids out of school, because they were being improperly influenced. When that's what's happening now, everywhere. People just don't want to admit that, and because nobody can check them on it, they're going to keep doing it. The thing is how long, because they're doing stuff over there. It's indefinitely coming to the United States. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for that? How do you feel about that? What do you, if you're not ready, get ready. What do you intend on doing? That's what I want to know. What do you intend on doing? Are you just going to ignore it and think that it's not a problem? I want to know how many people are going to, how many capital rallies, are there going to be in the coming years on this. And of course, they're going to start it state by state. Some states are already trying to impose all of this. And we had here a while ago, a long time ago, the homeschooling period. The right to homeschool, the leper case in Texas. This is something different. Texas is a very liberal state. But again, I don't think we're unique to what's going on. Because I know there are people that claim to be homeschooling and are not. I just don't think it's fair to the kids. I don't think it's fair to anybody. Money-wise, yeah, we pay taxes, but, a lot of people do not even take the time to try to change until something major like this happens, and then it becomes a problem. Nobody cares about these type of situations. I don't think people care enough about the fact that they're paying taxes for these public schools and things, and they're having to not get any kind of tax breaks for the kids. I just don't see anybody pushing anything hard enough. You have to come together when it comes to state, Senate, all of that, your representatives, and Every now and then there's, some state, some group that comes together and rallies for that. But it's just not enough going on. Not until there's something major. And it shouldn't be like that. Nobody should wait till something major happens, major fallout, and then decide, okay, because by that time it's too late. They're already thinking about this. It's just a matter of time before the United States goes into actually imposing this regulations. So, like I said, I'm curious to know what do you all intend on doing about it? If you care, if you think you can change something, um, just how you feel about it in general. Mm. Oh boy. These kids. So, yeah, what else do I need to do? Oh, I need to get this floor mop and put this thing back here. So yeah. What is the plan? What is the intention? What are you all going to do about this situation? I know some people are going to disagree about what I said about the regulations, and yeah, it's normal. It's completely normal. That's life. But like I said, at the end of the day, there are people that are not doing their job. And they need to, there needs to be some sort of checks and balances. I just, like I said, with the people at home, who knows what they're teaching these kids? And it's not a who knows. We know what's going on because of the way they're coming out. What's happening in society? Just because you homeschool does not mean you are raising some wholesome children. That's not the truth. It's not the truth at all. You just don't have anybody watching you, and you're pushing whatever it is you want to push. This one's empty or not? Did I grab the empty one? Don't tell me I grabbed the empty one. I think I did. One just empty. So we're about to take a little walk. A little walk. So I just don't understand how I don't know. It's just weird. How things happen like this. And nobody cares until things get bad. What am I looking for? Let's see. I think I want some of this. And some of that. All right. Whew. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. All right. Now, whew. I must have grabbed the wrong orange. I know I have some orange. I know I do. Fresh powder. Business. Back in business. Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, that counter looks like a hot mess, but it's really not that bad. Mop this kitchen. So yeah, what do you all think about this? How do you think it's going to impact your homeschooling and your children? Like I said, laws are made for a reason, and whether you like them or not, they are designed to protect us, and you know, we cannot say that we haven't benefited from laws in some way, shape, or form. Now, there are always ways around, you know, we're paying the taxes and stuff like that. There are ways to get materials and things like that. There's always ways to do that. You have to be clever about it, you know. It's called an investment. You have to invest. You cannot get something for nothing. You know, we're able to write off a lot of stuff. Not keep to basic, but as far as supplies, stuff like that, walk with me. Follow my pencils, paper, you know, ink, whole lot of stuff. We can write that stuff off. Okay, even outings, meals. So it's not terribly bad. Now, do I really want somebody telling me, monitoring me? It's not that, because the one, they're gonna have too much. It's too much paperwork, too many people. So it's not going to be what people are really thinking. They just really want some sort of proof, some sort of, okay, let me see what it is you're using, that type of thing. Nobody's standing over you every day, but they want to see some progression, which is already happening in a lot of states. You are being, this right here, you have to do reviews and stuff like that. So portfolios, that's nothing new at all to a lot of people. So I don't see the big deal. Because it could be something much worse than this, is what I'm saying. It could be much worse. So if this is what they want to do, yeah. But pushing that agenda, uh-uh. Nope. And the thing is, because they're not standing over you, they cannot really enforce it. Even if they say this is what you have to teach, they can't enforce it. It's just too much. People, like I say, people will show, they will come on and show all kind of good stuff. This is what we're using, and this is what we're doing. They're not been we're using that stuff. It's just something they say, because it sounds good, because it looks good. So, again, I'm not too concerned about it. To the point it's bothering me, it's eating me up, it's consuming me. I know some people are, like I say, they just panic and react according to something they hear. And the thing is, you can't react. You have to be proactive in any situation. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not. The thing is, what are you going to do? And the truth is, a lot of people are going to buckle. They're going to have a fit. People are not going to move out the country. I don't have a problem with it. That is my exit. That's an exit ticket. Another one. And if we have to stay ready. So if it's really that big a deal, the way people are going to claim, that's your exit ticket. The thing is, people are going to make up all kind of excuses why they can't leave. We have to be prepared for everything. Everything. You be prepared, or you just take what's given. If you're not willing to do anything to change it, you have to assimilate. That's what it is, assimilate. So, that's it. I don't know personally, as I'm speaking, there's nobody here really to comment. But if you're watching this later on, seriously, what are you planning on doing? Is it going to make you put your kids back in school? Of course, you're going to say no. Most people are going to say no. I'm still not going to do it. But you have no plan for what you are going to do. And that's the thing we need to be thinking about. You have to think now, what am I going to do? Reality, what am I going to do? Start getting together some plans of action, some serious, reasonable plans. If you do want to continue to homeschool these kids. I don't think that they're going to spare any sort of course, it's a waste of money, but time. They're not going to spare people. They're going to go after the ones that are under the radar first. I say all this, people at home, not doing this, that, and the other, and out and about. That's who they're targeting. They're already doing this type of thing in different states. People go out during the day when they're supposed to be quote unquote homeschooling. They're looking for you. If that child is not sick and you are not at a medical facility and you're out at the store and things like that, they watch you. Okay, they watch you. So you're not really hiding from anybody. They know where you are. Okay? People have been set up in different situations. That's why they have truant officers coming to people's doors. They have people asking kids questions. On purpose, the little old grandma, you have to be conscious of who your children are speaking to when you are out and about. That's not. Hold it up. Because these people are cleverly disguised, okay? Cleverly. Clever disguise. People you wouldn't even think coming after people. And so if I say I'm doing something, then that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to run here, there, and everywhere. There's a time for it. I keep track of what's going on. I talk to my kids about certain situations, certain scenarios, things that they could say, and things like that. Because one, it's already the neighbors. The neighbors are like the most obvious people that are watching. And all it takes is one person to say something. And then, it's a whole barrage of explanation, which it really shouldn't be. Some of you all avoid doctors and things like that. But again, that has nothing to do with it. That's neither here nor there. Because you are being watched. You guys have to realize, and I have talked about this before, look up. It's about looking up, looking up. And they've been doing this forever. Look up. When you go out, look up. Do y'all know how many drones fly about? That's how they watch people. Okay? You at the store. There are drones monitoring every street, corner in the country. And it's been happening. I have people, family, and law enforcement. And I learn a whole lot of stuff. Okay, that's how they catch people, seemingly criminals that get away. They don't get away. They know exactly where they're going. You're going up in the Target, they following you right to the car. Right to the car. You're not hiding from nobody. It's just stuff you don't see. And they're not going to tell you that. But it is the truth. I'm like, man, they high tech forever. Yeah, they've been high tech like that forever. We just don't know stuff like that. floor done so we can get what we need done and keep it moving. So yeah, I said I just came to kind of share that little information. And if anybody from the UK is listening, uh, what are your plans? How is it? I know this just started, but later on down the line, um, they are keeping, or how they are keeping track, how they are monitoring. I'm gonna try to follow, a little bit of this just to see how it plays out, because what they're doing is they need to see over there how it's gonna work before they implement that over here. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I do have some people. I'm not going to say anything yet because, of course, they don't know, and it's just something new. So there's really no point in reaching out and asking them. But I'm just curious of the ins and outs, how they really gonna pull this off. And yeah, I just, again, it's a whole agenda that you're trying to push. It has nothing to do with, little to do with people not teaching stuff. Because that happens in the public school. The teacher not teaching stuff. That's just a cover. Yeah, what is really going on? It smells so fresh and clean in here. Fresh and clean. Anywho, has anybody heard anything else homeschool wise? Any sort of anything like this? What's going on? I want to know also, again, like I say, about as far as the United States and the regulation here. What is that shadow? What's over the back of the phone? I don't know what that is on the camera. It's on my hand. I can only see half of me. I don't know. I want to know, as far as paying taxes and stuff like that, are you able to take advantage of certain things? You guys don't know that there are plenty of private schools everywhere that welcome homeschoolers for certain things. Now we are here, we are a private school, but I'm talking about, elsewise. You're able to utilize, because we know sports is a big thing. That's an ongoing debate, sports and extracurricular activities. So that's the big push nowadays, to get these kids involved in UIL and things like that. And I think that is right. We are paying these taxes and we're not able to benefit. And so that's why a lot of parents will homeschool the early years and give them that solid foundation and let them attend school in the upper years because of the sports. A lot of people, or the extracurricular, feel that they don't want to do that at all. It's bad, or they convince the kids that, oh no, you have to do this. That's wrong, because a lot of these kids are very talented and they need that. Put them kids in there so that they can get some sort of extracurricular if you're not paying for it. See, that's another one of these parents doing the disservice. You're not willing to pay for the classes, or the sport or the lesson, but you want them to just sit there. That's wrong. That is so wrong. So wrong. It's not all about intelligence. in these homeschool kids. We know they can outperform, but they're also but not being recognized in these extracurricular fields. Okay? We have artists, we have musicians, we have athletes, gymnasts, and parents just are not sowing that seed. You complaining that you're paying, but you're not sowing that seed into your child, your own child. Okay, we have to pay taxes, but I'm gonna sow seeds into my own kids without complaining. That means you have to buckle down. You have to make some cuts in your budget, or again, educate them until they are able to go to a place where they can receive that. But like I said, there are private schools, and you have to look because it's a case by case. Testing, a lot of our kids are able to test with these schools. You know, a lot of you don't know about that. You can test. They can attend field trips. They can take PE classes, things like that. There are some things, again, case by case, because of the vaccination issue. Some schools won't allow it, but surprisingly, a lot of schools will. So I kind of think, on the homeschool front, it's too, sometimes you have to give a little to get. And as homeschool parents, sometimes they tend to push back more and not really give anything other than the excuse that the school was failing my child. Yes, you are worried about your own child and things like that, but equally you should be concerned about things that you can do to better the situation. We know public school has only been in existence for a couple hundred years, and so in future, what's going to happen is public school is going to, with the rapid rise in homeschooling, is going to go back, it'll be buried again. Especially with the technology. People are learning, kids are learning through technology. Who needs school? And, teachers are already underpaid, overworked, and that's why there's a lack, and so many first year teachers quit after that first year. It just, yeah, people are just not into it. And with the rapid increase in homeschoolers, I just don't see any of these kids really going into a teaching profession because they know otherwise. It really takes a dedicated person to teach in a public school or a private school if you are a homeschooler. Things that I had to deal with, in teaching, it's just like, wow. If I was at home still, I could do this, I could do that. It's a whole different, it's a game changer. And I don't see going back into the public school and having to do it, the public school way. I don't see going back teaching that way. It's just too many, I have a heart for the kids, but it's too much bureaucracy. And so eventually, like I said, homeschooling is going to be back in the forefront. And, yeah. But if you do live in a state that is, or area that you are taking extracurriculars, or receiving some sort of supplemental education or something like that, let us know what state you're in, what city you're in. You don't have to really get specific on the schools, but like, what are you doing? How's that benefiting And how did you find out about it? That's it. It's plenty, there's a school not really right down the street, literally. We can take advantage of. And keep that kind of on the low for privacy reasons. But like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's about being proactive. You do what you have to do and not worry. I see my camera. I think that's the thing on my camera. Oh, you guys coming in? So let me get in here and get started because it is just about 10:29. So we got to get started with the rest of our doings. We're going to take a little break, let them outside for a little bit, and then we get back to what we're doing. So, anywho, you all have a blessed day, and I will talk to you in the comments. Yep, that's what that is. That's my screen protector that's doing that. Anywho, I will talk to you all later. Be blessed, be encouraged, share.